Hey folks, so this is my third video looking at the winners of the Orca Awards back in 2022. Again, the Orca Awards are presented by the people at Diary of a Crossword Fiend for the best crossword puzzles from any outlet in 2022. So in this video, we're looking at the winner of Best Sunday Crossword. So Sunday crosswords, I think New York Times set this pattern. These are larger than normal ones. Normal weekday crosswords are 15 by 15. Sundays are 21 by 21 squares large. So they're considerably larger, about twice as many squares in total. So this gives you some more room to do some cool stuff, some more possible themers. Flip side though, these are a little bit harder to construct, and apparently the New York Times had a stretch where they didn't have a huge backlog of these ready to publish, so they've had questionable quality at the New York Times here and there. But this one was the best of the year from any outlet. This came from the New York Times. It was constructed by David Steinberg, who is a pretty big name in the crossword world. He is one of the editors at the Universal Crossword. He's famous for, I think he was the youngest crossword constructor ever to be in the LA Times. He spearheaded the pre-shorts New York Times crossword project. So if you go to like expertinfo.com, they have a whole bunch of the pre-Will Shorts crosswords available for you to play and download, and all the stats, all that. He kind of led that effort to kind of go through archives of newspapers and compile all those together. As always, the editor here was Will Shorts. But yeah, let's take a look here. One thing, there is a note here which won't show up in the video, but it says that the middle letter of the answer to each starred clue can be replaced by a different letter to form two new words across and down. Read the new letters in order for a bonus. So something of a meta, not really meta going on here, but something extra that we can look at when I finish this. Okay, so let's just start solving this. So bank offerings in brief. Okay, brains of a tech startup. I'm going to assume that's a CPU. So CDs. Racket is a DIN. We get our first themer here. Piece played with four hands. That is probably a piano duet. Neighbor of Nevada is Idaho. Barely usable pencils are nubs. Twists, probably wines. Roused from a nap, woken. Opposite of endearing, here we go, unlikable. So Christianity's Nicene Creed. What is the other starred word here? Okay, we'll come back to this. Winter eavesdropper is ice. Noticeable is salient, I would guess. Amy Mann has 2 Grammys. That's enough about your sex life. TMI. 12-year-olds are tweens. Pallid, wan. It's one of those words I know from crosswords only. Some have combinations. So abs are plank targets. Safes have combinations. There we go. English majors degrees are BAs, having 3 unequal sides. So for a triangle, it would be scalene. Communicating with would be interfacing. Some attacks on castles must be sieges, because, yeah, deli sandwich. Some roller coaster drops are steep. Ballerina's blend is plie. That's a good crossword ease to learn. Glenda is the good witch. Only trisyllabic rainbow color. Oh, Glinda is the good witch. So Roy G. Biv, this indigo is the eye. Task for a crossword constructor. I would assume that is cluing. Didn't know you write that with an E. Losing roll at dice. Be craps. Wash quickly. Rinsed. Tart sorbet flavor. Lime. Bon ami. Instrument used in a medical checkup. Come back to that. Dia de los Muertos. Day of the Dead. Word with code or card? All right. In itself, is that per se? No. Vessel with a hatch, informally. Not exceeding. Is that up to? Stories that may or may not be true. Maybe lore. Hyde Park, New York. Am I getting completely off base here? Hopefully these are correct. App whose icon features a camera and slang. So that's Insta. Out of whack then is a miss. Murphy bed. Okay, so I wasn't wrong here, just not very good. Subs have a hatch in itself as such. Share must be that hitmaker. Not familiar with that. The teardrop of India, Sri Lanka. That SR cluster made me nervous for a second. Freely expressive, uninhibited. That's a great one. Penlight is the instrument used in medical checkup. Honor code, honor or card. Equal, ISO. It's a good crossword word again to learn. Contracting, shrinking. It's in the sense of getting smaller. Like J, alphabetically. 10th, I assume. I'm not going to count that out. Ferrari of automotive fame. I should know this. It's like, yeah, Enzo, NZ, because this is a zip drive. What may connect the parts of a school assignment? A staple. 1 of 3 for German nouns, or 1 of 4 for those in Africa's Zonde language. I assume those are genders. Masculine, feminine, neuter. Dress in, don. Poke, prod. I'm relieved. Few. Up. Hike, so if you're upping something. Witness on, witness as in the noun, onlooker. I was thinking of it as a verb. Cut off, sever. Come off as, seem. Not so many, fewer. Small particle. Now let's move up here. British exclamation. I say. Christmas Carol cry. Bah humbug. Robot sound. Beep or boop, probably. Yeah, STP, again, another piece of crossword ease you should learn. Robot sound. Okay, so Audrey Hepburn. So this is a beep. Let's fill in some holes here. 2-year-old is a tot. Like a tug-of-war rope is taut. Llama is a relative of an alpaca. Acceptance principle of improv comedy. I'm embarrassed to say I did this in college. Yes, and. Smitten, in love. 5th sign, Leo. Italian bread that's no longer made. So bread in a lot of cases is going to refer to money in a crossword, so that is lira. That's Lira. I never get this right. Country with the most archaeological museums in the world. Greece. High school subject. Come back to that. Heavy medieval weapons, maces. So is econ the high school subject? Uncle for whom an annual award is supposedly named. Is that an Oscar? Comply with a peace treaty, perhaps. Disarm. Invective? Yes, invective. Again, this cluster here. RV trips. All right. Sushi chef's eggs. Probably going to be roe, so lira is Lire. I never remember that. Or maybe it's different in different cases. I actually don't know. Artist. Not familiar with that, but I assume it's Goya. Some breads are rise. Who cares? Yeah, one in this section is going to be reds. Things people catch and then ride. Probably buses. Nickname in baseball and gossip columns. Loses firmness. Is that going to be sags? All right, French menu phrase. A la for full phrase. When nothing goes right. Bad day. I think buses is wrong because I think the number is Avogadro's number. A-Rod might be that nickname in baseball. Yeah, car alarms go off in the night. Waves people catch and then ride. Okay. Hot condiment is wasabi. Watered artificially, irrigated. Binder inserts with tabs, dividers. Yeah, turn in a game is move. Went ballistic, raged. Sat around, idled. Puppy kisses, licks. Suffix with labyrinth, labyrinthian. Singer blank Marie. Come back to that. Okay, Dutch name starter, probably Von. Org, that is Von. ADA, American Dental Association. Literally revenge. Okay. Canine coat, so that's canine the tooth, I assume, enamel. Labyrinthine, not in, yeah, so Tina Marie. Plan in detail, I'm going to say map out for that. H plus or I negative, ion. Ants are in hills or farms. Vendetta means revenge. Tout would be promote aggressively. Amid joins firmly. Tsar known as the Great. Peter the First, I want to say. Cements will be joins firmly. Goes well with. Compliments. Let's see. Olay is probably a good cheer. Instant sec. So maybe this is flack. Baseball must be like the baseball team they're on, an Oriole. Ending remark that's surprising. Okay. All-time connector, probably all-the-time connector. Big Sur. Island with a trisyllabic name, Oahu. Epoch when palm trees grew in Alaska, the Eocene, I want to say. Oh, a kicker is an ending remark that's surprising. In an obvious way, nakedly. The dark side, this is yin and yang, so yin would be the dark side. Two biblical derived names. Okay, so without accompaniment will be a cappella, two P's, two L's. Oops. Eli must be that name. Okay. Ill-suited. Inept. Ticket can be given for a high miles per hour, so speeding ticket. A yacht is a luxury vessel. Rot, decay. Ordered must be inapt. Okay, not inept, inapt. Commanded. Okay, Dan comes from the Bible. Daniel. Ship pest, probably a rat. Service with a capital corridor. Amtrak. 9 to 5 automaker once. Muppet, Elmo. At last, at a James, so starting point must be a seed. Noisy disagreement is altercation, and then sob and boasts. Okay, we have successfully completed this puzzle. Okay, so again, there is something extra here looking at the note. So each start clue can be replaced, the middle letter can be replaced with a different letter to form two new words across and down. So let's work our way through here. So the first one is opposite of endearing, unlikable, so we can replace that with a V and have unlivable and woven. So V, freely expressive, uninhabited amass, so VA. I am starting to notice that this is a February 13th puzzle. That's when it first ran, so I'm guessing this is going to be February 14th related. So VA. The next one is communicating with. So interfacing could become interlacing and sales, so VAL. Contracting, that is the N here, so that could be shrieking and teeth, so that VALE. Yeah, this is looking like Valentine. Next one is harsh language. Invective, we can replace the C with inventive and mains. Watered artificially. Irritated and rated. Oh, compliments and flick. So my typo or my misspelling of compliments is actually the replacement. Noisy disagreement, altercation. So the C can be replaced with alternation and links. And ordered can be commended and inept. Again, the typo I had to start out with. So yeah, Valentine. Yeah, I don't think I read the title of the puzzle or the date at the beginning of this video, but it was Change of Heart, February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. So yeah, this is it has a theme that really isn't helping you solve initially, but it's a theme that takes place after you've solved and can look over your answer. So yeah, this was a nice one. Again, the themers themselves aren't that related. It's just something that happens after the fact. Some nice fill, a little bit of crossword ease here that I pointed out while we were doing it, but some good long ones here. Sri Lanka, Zip Drive, Avogadro, car alarm. All these non-theme long words are pretty nice. Nothing too ugly going on here. Scalene, triangle, RV trips, vendetta. That's great. Okay, so again, this was the winner of Best Sunday Puzzle of 2022. We've got, I think, one more category. That'll be the next video. Thank you for watching.